last session, the party made their way from Yarlwick, teleporting using the conch shell that they acquired from the giant fortress. It teleported them to the predestined location, located high up in the mountains above a wooded, flooded plain below them. From there, they descended using magics and landed within the forest below. And then they marched their way through the woods, heading to the mysterious manor house they saw from the very top of the mountain. As the area began to clear, they found themselves near what seemed to be a town, just on the edges of the manor's estate. A large lake takes up basically the from where you guys are walking over to the manor, essentially taking up the slightly northwest side of the estate. And as you began walking into the town, you discovered something. A large tree with hung bodies that slowly descended to the ground and began to attack you as you fought the large yig, or the gallows tree. A dangerous fight ensued, but you all came out victorious and began to slightly search sections of the town. You searched what seemed to be some type of magical mausoleum for some ancient warrior. You searched an abandoned home, long left to rot and partially flooded within this area. And as you were all about to leave, you noticed one last thing, a house that wasn't abandoned. And upon an investigation, some of you discovered that it was very much inhabited by a frog-like humanoid who called himself Hanwei. This Hanwei was an interesting fellow, and began a chat with you all sat around a section where he delivered out tea. But he seems to have more knowledge than he leads on. And this interesting fellow offered you a challenge, a task to do. Choosing one of the 4 main sections of elements, you chose fire. And he offered a reward, should you complete your task. While most of you have now followed him to the edges of the lake in a section of flooded marshes, just on the farther western side of the lake itself, he told you your task. The task of fire. Light a fire using the materials you have on you and around you. In this wet, flooded place where everything has long been soaking, you now stand ankle deep in muck as the frog humanoid goes off to the lake and takes a nice seat in some mud as he just begins to watch you all. Not all of you, however, as one of you, Johannes, decided he would go towards the manor estate before everyone else, and is currently off on his own. So, first we're going to start off with the party as they find themselves with the task of fire. I do not have a map. Yeah. So he led you. I mean, there is a map of the village itself, but he's taking you off the village grounds. Essentially, the village only takes up half the lake. So the village takes up the eastern side of the lake. Oh, sorry, the southern side of the lake. No, I mean, they can see where they started off. He mainly took them maybe like a 5-minute jaunt around the lake. but to a section that is way flooded. Like, the town was slightly flooded and marshy, and your whole approach here has, you've noticed that this entire area is severely been hit with water. Every step you take is slightly more sluggish, as it is a very marshy area, and it kind of makes sense why this place was probably abandoned, as it is just overgrown and marshy terrain. Oh. Yeah. Make an investigation check as you. Actually, make this a survival check, as this is more, you're trying to find materials out in the wilds. This is. That would be like information on nature, typically. So, like, if you were like, you know, um, ooh, 23. Okay. Looking around, there is evidence of dead trees here, but due to the marshy and slick ground, they quickly have fallen in, and it's all wet. No, this area is, all the trees that are here are have long been soaked, and if they die, they quickly succumb to the loose ground. Um, yeah, there are many of them. I will say, like, you realize that trying to find a dead tree, it's going to be difficult to find a dead tree that is, like, you've searched this area. This is technically a success. So you have one success under your belt in trying to figure out a way to light a fire here. This is technically a success, even though you do not find what you need. Um, you have. Here's the thing: is you have to light something on fire from here. Yeah. Yeah. Also, here's the thing: is most of you, I believe, should have like some type of pack. Yeah, you should have like tinderbox, like flint and steels. Like, you guys have things that can start fires. It's just the material is soaked. This is this is a very marshy section. Um, so there's lots of different flora and fauna that occupy the space. There are like cattails. There's just stuff you would find in a marshy region.
All right. One of the trees. I want to find one that is not like in like the top part is not even.
Honestly, if you were gonna go for a tree, you might as well just burn the wet wood.
That's exactly my thought.
But you
Well,
want to get
my
bombed
point,
out
the
so
reason why
cold.
I'm saying a living tree, not a dead tree. Dead tree is sitting in water to soak up water. A living tree will still have water in it, but you could burn
Yeah.
like living branches still. Like
Honestly, you're
after you cut
probably
a branch off, it spits straight a lot of smoke, but it's still burning.
yeah. You could just climb the tree and take the top branches.
Well, that was my point. I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, that would also work. Yeah, we just climb a tree and take the top branches off. All right. I guess I'm going to do that then. I'm going to walk up. I'm gonna go find a couple trees that look tall.
Okay.
Probably the tallest of them, in the area that I can notice with easily my vision. Just looking. I'm just gonna walk up there and start taking branches off. Oh, good.
Are
Okay.
there any leaves or anything on these branches or no?
Of live tree, yeah, there would be.
No, I don't think we want living with like leaves.
The look of these trees, yeah, I do. Um, there is evidence of certain ones that seem to be marshy like trees, but a majority of these trees, this area is devoid of most trees, which would lead you to believe that a lot of them probably died. That this marshiness is probably not a long time aspect of this area, and that this is um, this is not a climax forest,
Yeah.
so to say. This is a forest that was hit by a unexpected event of flooding, and that has killed off a majority, and then now it is regrowing. It is in the process. Yes.
All right. Then after, yeah, I guess I'm gonna grab those. While I'm up on one of the trees, I'm gonna look for whatever looks to be the highest point of ground. Am I able to find like whatever looks like the highest elevated point of ground?
Yeah. Yeah. You're able to find you know a decently, comparatively, a higher up tree.
Okay. No, no, no. I'm talking about from the tree though. Can I see like down there? Like, can I? Is there any ground that is higher up than the other ground? That doesn't look to be too low.
Make a perception check,
Anywhere that. All right.
and you're at the top of the tree, so no D4. Looking around, it's this is a very flat area.
Hey Toto. I think Toto would have been here.
We can't leave this area.
Toto cannot climb up the tree. Nate's at the top of a tree right now.
Yeah. The thing is, okay. So I gotta ask you another question. Is there any areas I can just easily see from there that doesn't look like icy water? Like any actual solidish ground there? You could have mud on it. Like it could be muddy land, but anything that's not submerged in water, it would just be like filled with water. Or is the grass really high? Like how?
Um, I mean, a lot of this region is like near the lake, within the first like maybe 300 feet of the lake itself. It is flooded, almost like semi permanently. It is, you're stepping into pretty deep mud. The rest of it, outside of that, is muddy. It is has evidence of flooding very recently, but it is not actively flooded.
Okay, is that area over there just a parking area?
You have to be next to the lake.
Like how next to it? Would I have to build it on the lake or like?
Close enough that Hanway is still there. Yeah, you cannot walk 500 feet away from the lake. No.
So that's too far. Alright. Then I guess other things I would do probably alright, I know what I'm gonna do. So I have a shield in my it doesn't specify if it's metal or wood, nor how it looks. Is that shield metal or wood?
Probably a mix.
Mix?
Yeah.
Would it float?
Um. mm, yeah, I probably wouldn't float.
Floats.
Well, it's a mix of metal and steel, like of wood and metal. So I would probably say, yeah, like what is this normal shield?
He just said the shield, yep.
I want to see how heavy a shield would weigh. I mean, it only weighs 6 pounds.
So it's probably majority wood. It's better to algorithm.
Yeah, but it's still made to be dense.
I don't care about that. Never mind. I'm just gonna hold the shield and I'm gonna put the branches on there. I'm gonna say, Jared, come like this. Or Jim Skipper, come like this. So I'm holding my shield, the branches are on the shield, and I'm saying, Sir Skipper, use your tinderbox to light this. Squirrel, use your tinderbox to light this.
Alright. Do it.
Yes, Jake.
I want, okay, so that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So you possibly there's many ways this can work. So
I guess,
make a survival check. So you're using wet branches.
we are using damp branches.
Yeah, okay.
They were living branches.
I wanted to go grab some of those,
Living branches, but they're not wet. Like what I meant. They're living growth.
Yeah.
Not only that, though, I think,
I wanted
what
to
is
grab
Toto
a couple of
survival?
cattails.
Toto's survival.
I can't see a sheep. I can't see what we are.
Yeah.
His survival is 4.
Okay, so I think Jared's is better.
Yes.
Toto, let's go with Toto.
I want to grab some of the cattails also because they're better for collecting fire starting.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Flammable.
Flammable.
But I don't know why they're like. I thought we were gonna take a field like oil.
No, we have oil, but it'll still help get it up. We just have to hide in the cattails and just fucking put a couple under there.
I have another question. How long can a dragonborn breathe fire?
6 seconds.
That's it.
Nothing. That
That's a
wouldn't work.
serious question. If it'll catch, how hot is the fire?
I mean, enough to do. I think it's 2d6 damage.
All right. Fuck it. I'm gonna hold the shield. And, how big is a range of fire?
Yeah, I'd have to check that. It would be a cone for. It depends on what type of dragonborn you are. It'd stay probably the same temperature. It's literally just like a blast of fire. And it would be a 15-foot cone.
Wouldn't that be full power? Can't you like control it a little bit? Still.
And it would only be, I believe,
New
2d6.
to it, it probably wouldn't even be that strong.
He's never done it before.
You breathe fire that one time. Yeah, like he was excited. As soon as he got the thing, he breathed fire. And he was excited, yeah. But that was
Yeah.
so basically like despite all my design stuff, just a stomp in a cage. Did you see that that meme I sent you?
I did. I liked it.
I saw that. I thought that was the funniest shit. I'm like, I thought
No,
that. I was like, that's amazing.
that is actually the fucking character sheet for that type of kobold. Yeah, I love that kobold so much. So you have living branches on a shield. Okay. So
Jared and Connor, Toto and Skippers and Try.
But that's totally so hard.
okay.
We should probably get. Should we layer or should we have it so that once that
We just
actually.
have to have it so the wood is on fire. He never said how long it had to be on fire. He just said it had to be.
You have to. I mean, you have to make. You can easily create a small fire. It has to last. Like you have to start a fire. Yeah. So, if you guys want to light it, um, with wet wood, sorry, with living wood on a shield, um, you have help. So technically, it would be an advantage, but you have disadvantage because it's living wood. So I would need a survival. I need a regular survival check.
And I'm touching myself. I'm not even. I don't care. I'm still touching myself. It's still a
It's
26.
it would have
Been a 20. Yeah, it would have been a 20.
yeah. So it partially, you have wood. There is an element of wood. Um, Jared's skilled enough that it starts. You see flames for a moment, but then it sizzles out because this is living wood. There's nothing to keep it hot enough to burn out the moisture within the living wood. You need tinder. So this is another success.
Tinder box is 4. Tinder.
You need other material to catch first. You need a flame that can start gaining heat and then slowly build itself up. This is a success. This is a success.
I could be an asshole and just dip it in oil and let it on fire. I could just dip this in oil and it'll have fire. Oil wouldn't like just stop instantly.
Hey, grab one of those branches and let it soak in the oil for a little bit. Like get one of the branches there, but let it set and let it soak in the oil.
That's just like I don't want you using oil.
Also, Connor is home safe right now. Yeah, he's gonna get a shower. We can see when the server on. He's gonna get on that thing. Get back to work tomorrow again. But
Mm.
he's gonna get the shower and probably be on.
Honestly, there is other things. I want to think of something else we can do because I'd rather not.
Try the oil. Try the oil. No.
Okay, so you start soaking one of the branches in oil. Anything else?
I'm also gonna light one of my torches.
Okay.
And then on the shield with the other branches, I'm gonna put the torch down underneath it with some of the my gibbly rock, and put the other wood from the trees on top of it. Eventually it'll start catching.
Okay. Make a survival check. It's still damp wood, so with disadvantage.
Actually, you could log Kev in this bitch and put that.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna put it like that. So, what is... Alright.
Yeah.
Jared, would you would touch it? Well, the thing is, the wood is not... I'm not, like, I'm just letting the wood
Make it with disadvantage.
Can I have help so it's normal roll? Like we did for Jared?
Is Jared helping you? I thought Jared was doing some.
I'm not doing anything at the moment. I'm on
So Toto, would you be able to help me with this? Yes, I can. I'm having Shatoto help.
Okay, so a regular roll.
I'm actually gonna have Shatoto do it. He has slightly better survival.
Okay, so he takes control and begins that process. Okay, so the branches, the wood that you have doesn't catch. In fact, your torch goes out before you are able to get it all caught. This is a failure. You have one failure, two successes.
Alright, Jared. You wanna pull out that that one thing?
the oil piece of wood. No, not yet. I'm thinking.
So far, you have the wood. It is wet and living. You do.
I have another question.
Hmm.
The process of drying something out. You know how
We-
long
We
like,
could dry
It-
the fucking
it-
ground.
It does take a decent chunk of time.
I mean, you could speed it up to the point that it becomes hard. Because you said it's mud.
Yeah.
Can't you like canal out an area?
it's smoking stuff, sucks the moisture out. So you could in theory
I mean, so far you've already. Here's the thing. So far, the wood has slightly been dried out over like these multiple attempts. It's just you. You don't have a lot of kindling. You know.
We have okay. So what we have for the kindling is we have fucking cattails.
Toto, we had impasse trying to find a light to wood, right? And
We have somewhat dry branches.
Toto vanishes since the wood to it has been.
An oil branch.
we're trying to use a Minecraft technique right now. We're using the nether dry sponge technique. The nether dry sponge technique.
Then it just comes back with a bucket of lava.
Alright. I guess what is the next one?
I think that's where that how long this is. I'll leave it there for. I'll probably leave it there for a minute, and then take it out and check our temperature because I don't know what layer I'm on. I know that it is consistent throughout, so whatever layer it is, that's our layer.
So, do you know what layer your bag is on?
Yeah, Nectar would like an answer, but
Okay.
Yeah, he just wants to see maybe if it gets older. If it gets older,
I guess I would also say a leaf. A leaf might be a better promotion. He got the smoke out. I love seeing Nate's like boss back.
So, you send it away for how long again? 1 minute. You summon the wood back, looks it looks the same. Slightly warmer. It's it would have to stay in that pocket plane for a while, but it's in a slightly warm, uh, slightly drier place. Make a history check with disadvantage. Yeah, but you're taking this information off of a piece of wood that you set there. This is with disadvantage. This would probably be. I'd say history. I'd say history check. Yeah. 14. I mean, this is probably one of the drier layers of the hells. This is definitely not Stygia, um, but it could be so many others. There's many layers to the hells. Um, it's probably it's probably not Stygia. It's probably not Mineros, which are the ice layer and the marshy layer. This is it's probably either Avernus, which is like the uppermost layer, which is drier typically. It could be Dis, which is typically seen as more of the heated layer, like the typical hell that you would see. Phlegothos. Oh, actually, sorry. Phlegethos is actually the liquid one, the fiery one. So it could be that, or it could be Malbolge. It could basically, it's just not any of like the icy ones. So it's not. What's up? I'm reading the D&D layers of hell. The limitations of the challenge are with the materials that you find in this space. Light. Yes.
We can use everything we have on us
Yeah.
to make it.
So far, you've been able to use your flint and steels, your tinder boxes.
Oh, we already did that.
Yeah, I already drenched.
We haven't tried lighting it though. I think we should try lighting it. Let it sit for
Basically, we took like a somewhat dry piece of oil, or somewhat dry piece of branch, and I've been drenching it in oil.
Okay. You guys try to light it.
With the other stuff, with everything else, after we get everything set up, we'll try lighting it all
Okay.
for a good tinder setup.
So this is going to be a regular roll. There are bonuses to this roll, however.
I will also put my other torches with this to see if they to help with light.
Yeah. This already has a plus bonus. So whatever you roll, it would be a survival check. And whatever you roll, there is going to be an added plus to it.
Have Jared do it for us. But also roll one up with it. But also I have 13 torches.
Love that.
I'm going to add. These are all dry wood. We're gonna actually reproduce this. Build an odd campsite. Set up differently with it. Intermediate with like some of the fucking actual other types of wood. All right. And so I'm gonna use. I'll start with 8 torches.
Okay. So all on this little tiny round shield, you all pile high the materials.
Pile high.
I need someone to make a survival check to light this fire.
Okay, so it's a normal roll, right?
Yes, a normal roll.
And I'm already touching myself. Both in game and out.
So 15,
18.
18. Okay. You, with all the materials, the cattails used as elements of tinder, the wet wood, um,
Isn't mud anymore.
not as wet anymore.
Not as
All the torches dipped in oil. You light it, and it quickly burns through the tinder that you had. Because of the oil, it just lights it up, and all the tinder goes away, and you realize that now you're relying purely on oil to keep this thing alight and get it dry enough and hot enough that it burns it enough.
throwing wood on it.
With the extra torches, that adds elements of other dry wood. All the torches are lost as you wait, and it takes you a while because this is, very wet wood. Eventually, the oil dissipates, but the torches, being there, give it extra, essentially, wood to keep the fire going long enough for the living wood to catch, to dry out enough to burn. With 3 successes,
I'm in survival war right here.
eventually you come out with a nice little small burning fire on your shield. Just so you know, Nate, your shield is now ruined. It cannot. Yeah. Yeah, you cannot use the shield anymore, as it essentially, the wood is made to not burn. It's made to be like it's a harder, sturdier wood. Over the course of burning for the next the next 5 minutes of trying to get this fire to go and stay lit long enough, it just ruins it. You quickly set it down. It starts building up enough embers that you are able to take other pieces of wet wood and put them along the side, and you make a nice you start drying out the wet wood, and you set up a nice permanent campfire that will, as long as it is fed and tended to, it would last the entirety of the night and would provide you all with glorious heat. You all hear a well done, Ribbit. You see Hanwei stands up from sitting in the muck. You see he brushes off his behind and hops over towards all of you. You see he gets over next to the fire and puts his hands out, starts rubbing his fingers together. I was worried for a little bit of there that you would not be able to succeed. But you did it. I am so proud of you all. Sometimes it just takes dedication and hard work. Patience is key. Take things slow. Learn about yourselves and grow. Well, it looks like I'm going to be the personal one who has to bury the Yig. Sad for me. Well, you all did it. You all want your items. A little reward for a little... Yes, a little reward for a little trial.
We do not want your items. We wanted knowledge. What is this?
Oh, if you want knowledge, I can keep the items. I don't mind. I mean, I have taught you patience.
You told me items were bad.
I'm curious what item.
Material wealth, yes. But things that might help you in your future endeavors?
I'm interested. I want to know what type you're offering to give us.
Well, seeing how your one friend Johannes isn't here, sadly I can't give... I know about Johannes. I've traveled here and I've traveled there. I've traveled everywhere.
You're not over here, Johannes. How do you know? Johannes, you're away.
So he won't get his item. He didn't help with this task, but all of you did. So you see he takes out his basket on his back, and you see he kind of opens the lid ever so slightly. One person, one hand. Place it into the basket.
I'll go.
You see he holds it open for you.
Skull it. Okay. Alright.
You see his big spotted frog head just smiles towards you with happiness and glee as you reach your hand in and you latch on to what feels like something cylindrical in metal. As you begin to pull it out, you see he opens the basket more, and you kind of get a peek inside. The basket's empty. But you reach out, and as it reaches the top of the basket, you see, almost pulling from the nothingness within this basket, you pull out what seems to be a hollow metal tube about 1 foot long, and it seems to weigh about a pound. It is hollow. There's nothing inside of it. Ah, what an interesting device. I'll let you discover its properties by yourselves. Who's next? You reach your hand into the empty basket, and you feel something reach within your grasp. It feels almost like leather, and you begin to pull it out. And as it reaches the top, you see a small sack. Weighs probably around, maybe just a pound. In all honesty, it's fairly light, and you kind of just toss it in. You feel there's something within it. Ah, what an interesting device. Oh, it is. Oh, there's something inside of it. Um, inside, the heavy, like little leather cloth bag. Um, roll 3d4 for me. There seems to be 5 little tiny beans. This is a bag of. It is a bag of beans. I mean, you've already faced the giants. Perhaps they'll do something different. I I mean, technically he would have, yeah. He
So good to help you with miniature.
yeah. You guys thought about it. You thought about it, but it would have lit the entire shield on fire, probably. So, um, what is? Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. So he walks up. You see the red dragonborn walks over, puts his hand in. Uh, let me. I have to get this up. So you see he walks over and you see he puts one hand in, and then realize it's bigger than he expected. You see he puts both hands in and lifts, and you see he pulls out a gallon ceramic jug out of the bag. You see, he kind of like looks at it, kind of weighs it. Seems to weigh like decently amount. Like it's probably maybe about 12 pounds. You hear like sloshing within the jug. He kind of uncorks it, and it's currently empty. And he's like, "It's empty. Hmm. Well, maybe it won't stay like that. You didn't stay like a kobold." You see, he kind of eyes that situation, and he kind of takes a few steps away and like kind of looks back at the jug and shakes it again. Um,
He's the master of time and space. I don't trust him.
um,
He's the god's gesture.
I guess I'll reach my hand.
so you walk up. You see this frog humanoid just smiles at you as you put your hand into the empty basket and reach in. Whereas most people found like hefty items, it takes you a second to find yours. It is small, and you find just a pinch of metal, and immediately you know that this is some sort of ring of something. And you pull it out, and you see a small, beautiful ring with a single what looks to be emerald on the top of it, in the shape of I don't remember what the shape would be. Um, oh,
I have two.
oh, nice.
Yeah, one's lightning resistant, the other one's new, and I got fucking.
Do you have one that has a circular um, gemstone?
I mean, if he combines the two, he gets.
Well, I'm just saying for your rings. Do you have one of those that is circular?
No, both these are like square.
Oh, square. Okay. Yeah. So it's like a singular ring with like what seems to be a circular green gemstone. You see on the edges of it there are almost what looks to be like a ring of diamonds halfway around, and then they're split in the middle. So it's like a semi ring and a semi ring of diamond, like a shiny diamond looking, gem. You see, he smiles. Interesting. A useful artifact for an individual such as yourself. You see, he just smiles. I am Han Wer.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm sure I will find one of these as time goes on.
Yes. Well, thank you all for completing your task. I will be sitting here next to the fire if you need me. Have to warm up these old bones of mine before I hop my way across this land again.
Well, I think we ought to meet our friend again.
Oh, yes.
So,
Be careful.
together, we should
Yes. Oh, yes. If I know he's going straight towards the manor house, you better be careful.
we should go.
Yeah, you see he kind of like rubs his hands together. This land used to not be flooded. Too bad. Too bad.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. I'll see you all later.
Farewell.
Farewell, Sergikova. And as you all begin to walk your way away from him as he's currently sitting by the fire, you see he kind of turns back around to you all once, gives a single wave. Good luck with your dreams. You'll need it. Looks back towards the fire, and you see he just takes a seat in the mucky ground. You see he opens up his bag, and you see he starts pulling out what seems to be tons and tons of dry firewood. Like he, had an entire tree that he cut down many years ago, and he just starts throwing like big old logs up next to it, drying them off, putting them on, and you see he makes he's making a giant bonfire for himself. You all started the fire for him. So, speaking of Sir Johannes,
I will be able to wait till they will get a responsible. Thank you again. Thank you.
Yep. I've waited, we cleared you. So, I'd also say on the way to Sir Johannes, Sir Frodo, would you be able to look over some of these items that we have received and see if you, I know with your knowledge of the Arcana, if you might know what these are? Something tells me that these aren't necessarily normal, in the sense of
Yeah.
mundane items.
Yeah, let's walk and talk.
Yeah.
Well,
So we'll
I'll
walk
take
and
a
talk
peek
about
at
that.
the items that we've been got.
Yeah, we'll walk and talk about that, but we'll let Jake do his part.
Yeah, I actually am gonna dip
Oh, you can go.
around to go look for them.
Okay. Do you wanna roll for the items?
Okay. I'll take some information. I will watch the recording to catch up with you guys.
okay, I'll make sure it's uploaded.
And then let me know. But
Um,
if we do pick up the apprehension, we'll definitely get them.
okay. So I'll go by the characters in the thing, based on the Arcana checks. So
And we'll keep the apprehension. See you guys.
14. Um, it's enough to know that it's a magical ring, Nate. You'd probably have to attune to this to figure out the full effects. Um,
Okay.
but you know it's a magical ring. Um, for Jared, you all discover that this is probably, based on the Arcana check, a chime of opening. The hollow metal tube measures about 1 foot long and weighs 1 pound. You can strike it as an action, pointing it at an object within 120 feet of you that can be opened, such as a door, lid, or lock. The chime issues a clear tone, and one lock or latch on the object opens unless the sound can't reach the object. If no locks or latches remain, the object opens by itself. It can be used 10 times. After the 10th time, it cracks and becomes useless. Yes, 10 times. Oh, it basically works as like, um, a normal lock. So if you're trying to unlock like some mundane object, it'll work. If it's more different, yeah, it won't work. The bag of beans. If you dump the bag's contents on the ground, they explode in a 10-foot radius extending from the beans. Each creature in the area, including you, make a DC 15 Dex saving throw, taking 5d4 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
What are they poking like that now?
If you remove a bean from the bag, plant it in dirt or sand, and then water it, the bean produces an effect 1 minute later from the ground where it was planted. Basically, it's a D100, or I can choose what happens.
I think you would do that.
I don't think you would. Right outside of our house? Probably not.
No, but he would still be famous now.
I don't know. I'd still wait for that information because
Yeah.
I was gonna say I agree. Well, because he thought it was like Jack and the Beanstalk, Jake. That's why he thought we were dying together.
I mean, randomly that might be funny.
I don't think that
Um,
information is gonna work.
the next item was jug, correct. 22. The jug that was given appears to be what is called an alchemy jug. The ceramic jug appears to be able to hold a gallon of liquid and weighs 12 pounds, whether full or empty. Sloshing sounds can be heard from the jug from within the jug when it is shaken, even if the jug is empty. You can use an action and name one liquid from the table below to cause the jug to produce the chosen liquid. Afterward, you can uncork the jug as an action and pour that liquid out, up to 2 gallons per minute. The maximum amount of liquid the jug can produce depends on the liquid you named. Once the jug starts producing a liquid, it can't produce a different one or more of one that has reached its maximum until the next dawn. You can do acid, basic poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, water, fresh water, or salt water, and wine.
That's actually really big, especially if we go to Steve's.
The max depends on whatever liquid you choose. So, if you chose mayonnaise, you can make 2 gallons of mayonnaise. It will shoot out at 2 gallons per minute. It automatically stores in it. It's a magical jug that refills whatever liquid. So you say one liquid, and then it appears in the jug, and then you pour it out. And say you want like salt water, you can get 12 gallons out of it, but you can only get
regular water because if we go to the ocean, I'm assuming the ocean in this world is salt water.
yes.
So we can't drink salt water, but regular water though we do drink. So that would be very helpful to get a boat.
Yeah. There are interesting effects you can do with it. Very interesting. It's just a weird item. I like how you can just choose to make 2 gallons of mayonnaise if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I thought that was.
Yeah, so those are the items that you were able to discover. Nate, yours is a little hard to crack at the moment. Um, yeah.
I guess after that, also what time of day is it?
So at this point, I think you left pretty early. Um, it probably took you probably a good hour or so to try to figure all that out. So at this point, Jake has been alone at the manor probably for about the past 50 minutes. Um, Speaking of which, Jake, do you see the map that you're on? So, as the party begins to leave Han Wei by himself at the fire, you walk an extra 10 minutes through thick woods. On either side of you, you hear the sloshing of still water and feel the bite of mosquitoes as this area is flooded, overgrown, and very wet. And you begin to see, after about 9 minutes of walking, splitting itself from the surrounding woods, a tall 2-story manor house stands well above you. The grounds are soaked and marshy, and you see it has received lots of damage over the years. Every single window, seemingly, has been plucked out or shattered. And this place has long seen ruin. So, you approached from the south side. You immediately pass by what seems to be long, broken down buildings that would have functioned as stables and entrance places. The main wall of the manor house, a seemingly decently sized, probably 6 foot high wall that would have stretched around the entirety of the manor estate, is crumbled and choked by ivy. Ivy and just other plant materials. Some of it has sunken in and collapsed through the weight of the very mud itself. Um, it's probably still livable. It's just long seen rot and ruin. It would take a lot of work. Yes. Um, you see what seems to be um, immediately in front of you. A grand veranda is now on the verge of collapse. The porch floor has buckled under a thick layer of vegetation. Lots of long green runners hang down from the drooped ceiling. Honeybees and other insects seem to delight in the many flowers, and you see lots of bright sunflowers and thistle, as this porch has become a site of busy activity. All the windows that you can see have been long broken, off to this side, and the building is ramped up, so the foundation is quite high. So you get the sense that these windows are about 10 feet up, at least, because the porch itself is about goes up maybe 7 feet, and the windows themselves are fairly tall, leading into whatever this room is on this side. There's a main door over here. There's partially. There's another, what seems to be a side door, and what seems to be a tower off to your left side. Yes. Branches off from the actual mansion. The building itself is 2 stories, so you can see the stairs themselves probably give the building itself is fairly tall. It's maybe about 50 feet tall. Kind of dominates the surrounding region. Many of the trees that are around here that are still up and alive kind of meet it at its height. Yes. Some of the older ones. This is a... Sure, make a history check. Not bad at all. Looking at the mansion itself, it's hard to get a grasp of exactly how old it is. The stonework itself still seems fairly decent. You'd guess that maybe this place is only a couple hundred years old and has probably only been abandoned for maybe 100 years. Yeah. I mean, it is, with all respect, it is, somewhat decently preserved, however. With the high foundation, a lot of the wood itself of the main building seems to have survived a lot of the flooding. You can't say if it has, what damage the basement has seen, but no. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Okay, one moment, please. So, you begin to step up on the porch. Immediately, what you notice is, um, currently the patch of sunflowers and thistle where the honeybees are at is over there. There's the main door right here. Um, and immediately, like, you hear the creak of wood underneath your feet as you begin to step up the porch. Um, as this area has seen a lot of damage.
Okay, do I see, kind of see like over a bit?
This would just be like general, land of the. Yeah, it's just like the flooded terrain around the manor. I can probably do a little bit more to there. Ignore that and ignore. I'm storing your the other player tokens in the darkness right now, so not gonna lie. Okay. You go up to the door. You check it. Um, it is slightly stuck. Um, well, it took them about an hour to complete that, so it would have taken them. Uh, so yeah, yes, no. Now they are, but I believe it's long rest. Okay. Make a just strength check for me. Strength 15 is enough. It's not heavily stuck, so you're able to pull it out from what seem to be ivy that has grown in like the cracks of it. And as you pull the door open, you hear it drag along the ground and break sections of plant like and vegetation that has like kind of overgrown it. And immediately, what you see is not the best sight. Um, you see a once grand entrance hall is filled to the brim with sharp brambles that have pushed up through the cracks in the marble flooring and has overtaken the entire like thorns like sharp brambles have taken up and these thorny bushes have just pushed up through the marble and they cover the entirety of the hallway. Um, in order to get through this space, you would uh, most definitely need to have it burned away or chop through this um, to clear a path. Um, the house itself, you see the walls are made of stone, and specifically here, this would be marble. Um, so I don't think you can produce a flame in your hand with prestidigitation. Not really. You just light a bonfire. Yeah, it's just like it's not that powerful. Okay. So I mean, it is easy enough. It just takes time. You begin just hacking your way through a lot of this bramble. You are going to take um, approximately 5 points of piercing damage over the course of the next. In all honesty, in the next like hour that you spend clearing this. Yeah, you spend the next hour of your time just hacking your way through. Make a perception check. It is. Oh, I should have shown you what it would have looked like. Yeah. So this would have been your immediate view. So there's a wall there, and then you see all this, and then you see that. So it is. Yeah, yeah. That whole space, all of that is plant life. Okay. Um, one moment, please. Oh shit. I accidentally revealed an area. Dude, I don't even know how I did that. That was just like the weirdest misclick I've ever had. Um, okay. So you begin clearing out the section before you. Um, the rest of you, as you all begin to approach over the next hour or so, um, you walk the same path through the marshy woods around this estate. And as you begin to approach, uh, you begin to hear what sounds like just sounds of some activity going on. You hear like slashes, and you hear as something is happening. What do you do? Yeah.
I suppose I'd probably be like on the guard, but I don't think stop me from walking there. And I'd probably like pull my sword out. Be like, where is it coming from? But yeah, I wouldn't stop it.
Okay. So you just continue like a kind of a more guarded walk then?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. So, slightly guarded, you all begin to make your way um, through the rest of the woods, and you begin to see the manor. It breaks through the tree line, and you immediately see the massively tall, fairly nice manor house. It is a shame that this place has long since been abandoned. You see all the holes in the windows. You see the large sections of ivy that have just crawled in through the windows like a giant tidal wave that has encompassed this estate. And you all begin approaching, and you see currently walking out the front door Johannes, um, you know, hood up, mask on. You see sections of ivy and leaves seem to have encompassed their form um, as they are currently uh, working away on clearing the path forward for all of you.
I said, oh, Sir Johannes, let me be of assistance. I take out my sword.
So you all are approaching over in this direction. Um, Surgikova, make a perception check. Okay. So with a 6, you begin to step up. You kind of look off to your right side and notice a large section of sunflowers very close to the door, with thistles and bumblebees currently occupying the area. And you walk up to Johannes, who is Johannes. You probably would have been like around here, still clearing the way. And you kind of turn around and make a perception check. 11. You turn around and you see Sergikova. Move your token upward. You see Sergikova walks up to the doorway. Go to the doorway. Yeah. You as you're walking up, you kind of look off to your right side and see, this large bush that is like almost right next to the door. It's you see long tendrils of vines seem to edge their way off to this far off corner, but the bush itself is like smack right next to the door, almost like as if it's waiting for something. And as you take a look at it, immediately upon you getting right next to it, all of a sudden you see the entirety of the bush, the sunflowers begin to move and expand as the entirety of the bush becomes a giant mouth and goes to bite you. As you've stepped into the ambush, that is going to be 24 to hit. You take 13 points of piercing damage and 2 points of acid damage. I need everyone to roll initiative. As the creature that had slowly been working its way up to ambush Johannes now strikes. And no, Johannes, you realize that the bush in the corner of the deck has moved and is now assaulting Sergikova.
Can you give me access to counter sheet?
Yes, I can. Okay, you should have access to it now. I don't. Oh, that's shitty. Oh, yeah, it's a +1. Oh, not bad. Oh yeah, let me. There you go. What's up? He did better than I thought he would. Damn. Okay. So, first up on the initiative order, Sir Viz. As you all in the back of the back of the marching order watch as the plant that Sergikova just calmly walked up to just chomps on the side of him. You see bubbling acid seems to pool on the side of him as it just pulls off, leaving a decent sized wound on the side of Sergikova as this large plant creature that seems to just be like almost like an engorged Venus flytrap just assaults him.
After that, I think Sir Vision can move up if he can attack.
Okay. Yes, he can. Yes.
I think he would have moved to stretch. That was more intuitive.
Um. So just so you know, he would have to. He can't climb up to the deck like that.
Oh, this is the staircase. Oh,
Yeah.
so he would have to be like left here.
Yeah. I think he was actually right there, so you could move one.
Oh yeah, yeah. So he could move there, though, right?
Yeah, he could.
Okay. Maybe copy.
Yeah.
How
Uh,
do I roll?
roll. I believe it's a D8, please. A 6. He takes his scorpion on a stick and just slashes at it. Roll a D20 for me. That's a 21 to hit.
21 to hit, bitch. Fuck you.
So it does 1 piercing damage, and now they must make a con save, which they would pass, I believe. I would hope. Yeah, that's a 20 for a con save. Um, um,
Okay.
they take. Oh my god, they take 1 point of poison damage, halved to 0.
All right. So they take
They take one. They literally take 1 piercing damage as he just hits it with a scorpion on a stick.
I look at Sir Viz and I give him a thumbs up.
He looks back to you, this large dragonborn creature, and he like with the scorpion on a stick in both of his hands like a giant spear. He looks at you and nods his head.
Oh yeah.
Serjakova.
So if I move right here, we have it flanked, right? We're both on the side of it.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, so the wall. Yeah, you would have to. I don't think you can get advantage on this at this moment. Someone would have to move here to get advantage.
Wait, where?
Where you currently are.
Someone would have to move where I'm at right now to get advantage.
Like right now, there's no place that you can go to get advantage at this moment.
Okay. That's fine. And then I would just move here, or wait, just where I was already.
Yeah.
Then I would just attack it.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm at the -5. 14. Does that hit?
14 hits.
All right. 34 damage.
Yeah, it hurts it.
All right. Do the same thing again. 10. Shooting that hit.
10 misses.
I'm gonna roll my superiority die, which check it. All right. All right. Yep. I'm gonna roll my superiority die. So 13. Just 13 hit.
13 does hit.
All right. 20 slashing damage.
It is bloodied.
All right. And then I am going to stand in a. I'm also going to use a reaction to put myself in my parrying stance, and I'm also going to use my action to put myself in the offensive stance. Or no, aggressive stance. Rather.
Didn't you already use your action?
Or not action, a bonus action.
Okay, so you use reaction and a bonus action. Okay.
Yep, I've used both of those now, and there we go.
Toto.
Toto would definitely move up here, and yeah, he'd probably move here. Let me see. Yep, he'd move there, and then he'd pop his echo. I can't move his echo, but I think he'd pop his echo across.
Mm-hmm.
Adamato. Okay. And then I think he's passed. So he is the last. That 25 plus 3.
Hits.
Oh, just like last time. So what's your question?
Still hits.
I see. World damage. 16 damage.
Okay.
And I think you do that again.
Go ahead.
25 to hit.
Hits.
13 more damage.
That is enough. With that, you see with the silver poleaxe, he takes 2 strikes into it. You see the large plant creature falls dead. The end of the initiative. The ambush has been done.
Oh, so Johannes, it's good to see you're okay.
By the way, I'm going to hide the map for a second. Just give me a moment. But you guys can, role play and talk.
So Johannes, it's good to see you're okay. Have you found anything in your time? Well, I found this. So Johannes, I do have a question. Knowing your art of the Arcana, so Toto when tried to scan the terrain, and we know that it's magic of some sort, but he was not able to tell what it is. Would you be able to inspect this ring with me? I drop the ring into your hand, and I will help you through the ring. Yeah. 16. 16, Dustin. Last time he was like a 14 or a 12, I think. So, do I know? Yeah, do I know? I know it's below 15. Do I know any more about these?
This is. You'd have to attune to it.
14. Okay, so I still have 18. Alright. And for tuning, just to ask, can I tune over a short rest or does it have to be a long rest?
It takes an hour to attune to any item.
Oh, so we can just take a short rest. Oh, that's easy. I'm good, but I just only lost one superiority die, but I'm honestly fine. I don't need a short rest, but I don't know about you for your spells. Oh, okay. Before we walk in there, I should stop and tackle.
Hacking and slashing and rocking.
I appreciate the effort.
There's like a couple more feet left.
I will go help. Well, I was gonna say.
You would. I mean, you can try to go around it. It would just cause more damage.
Does this count as an object, Dustin?
Technically, yes.
Let's go. All right. I'm gonna take -5 to my chance to hit. Do more damage to him. 23 plus 2. I'm assuming I hit that, right?
Jesus.
So 25 times 2, 50 damage. Since I have advantage on it.
Yeah, you're able to easily within the next couple moments clear the remainder of the material.
That's what I paid for, baby. That's why I got the adamant, my son. Let's go.
I'm trying to make it fit real nice. I mean, definitely can. You can certainly try. Roll me a flirt check, please.
I did a couple more rounds. Take our own spectator. I mean, anything bad will definitely get reported. Kind of like basketball, stuff like that.
Interesting. Okay, that works a little bit better, I feel. Okay.
Alright, big boy. Reveal yourself to the world. Jared
Jared. Is Jared sleeping? So, you cleared this space. You see there's multiple different directions you can go. There's a room to the south. There is a staircase going up to the tower. There seems to be rooms across the way um, through the area, and there seems to be an open chamber somewhere over here.
Where's the tower? Can you remember that?
That's the staircase over here.
Yeah, I'll go up. I'll go up the tower. I think I'll have Polo and then Echo.
Okay.
You could, Jared. Yeah, we can't hear you. We could travel through Jared. Your mic's muted. Not talking. Jared, we can't hear you.
call. I forgot.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, Jared, are you gonna be
I'll go straight up. Is this north of here or?
Yeah, that's north of the hill. We're straight ahead.
Technically, technically, that is west.
Yeah. I was gonna say going straight ahead would be north. I'll go up here then.
Okay. So, Nate, we'll start off with you. You along the southwest corner of the hold, there seems to be a tower that looks over the entangled village that you just came from. It's not. The staircase should probably be a little bit larger, but it extends you up a little bit further, higher up, and it gives you a decent view of what seems to be the village and the lake in the distance. All 6 of the windows have been smashed and have been invaded with ivy. It is crowded with knee-high plant life. There is lots of junk here, essentially.
I would genuinely wish you to be alive.
Make an investigation check. Or perception check, actually. Sure. Yeah, sure. 13? It's enough. Looking into the bushes, they don't seem to be alive. However, there does seem to be something within it. Looking within the uh, object, you find what appears to be a creature that has long since died. It is a small, not small actually. It's decently sized serpentine humanoid. It has bright, scaly skin, a long, sinuous tail, and almost like a fanged serpentine head. Currently just laid long dead and slightly decaying. Um, uh, Located on its body, you find what seems to be a slightly shining crossbow bolt, a oversized signal lantern, and what seems to be a bugle.
I say, Sir Viz, have you ever seen a creature like this? Is it just like a skeleton, I'm assuming?
It's not. It's currently not skeletal at the moment. It's just slightly decaying. You see, Sir Viz kind of looks down. I've seen these before, yes. This is an Ophidian. Serpentine humanoids. They can be dangerous.
Oh, it
The
seems like whatever got you is more dangerous. I pointed the crossbow.
mm.
I also,
He takes a look at that. I don't know what this is.
you ever seen a crossbow?
Um, my society never really dealt with crossbows. They were too heavy for our kind.
Well, this is the type of ammunition this has.
Interesting.
Say that. I find it interesting that it has some type of signifier lamp. It's funny when I look at it, it looks like whatever came came with it. My question is, what does it do inside of this manner that they would want me to look at to what is that got you?
Hmm. Perhaps.
I'm gonna keep looking around inside the room as well, and then also look out the windows, see like look around if I can
Oh yeah.
like see if I notice anything else. Does
Um.
it lead down this way? I'm assuming.
Yes, it does. It seems to connect into whatever room Jared is going into. There also seems to be some type of almost like storage room over in this direction.
I suppose me and Sir Viz should check it out.
Yeah, checking that one out. It's pretty easy. This is probably where different generations of people who lived in this home piled all of their junk. Um, it's crates and easels, mannequins, bags of clothing. Um, all of it useless. Has no value. Um, yeah, like if you yeah, there's interesting things here, but it's of no monetary value.
You said there's like clothing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any fine clothing? Something that looks worked out.
This is all like the children's clothes or like the hand me downs that someone like grew out of. Like this is like this. I'm not joking you. This is a junk corner.
Junk corner. Okay.
Yeah.
Like in the chest or home.
Yes.
I say, Sir Viz, this does not look to be of any value or any use to me. I think we should proceed down those stairs. Stairs. They should lead up to Safe City.
Okay. So as you two continue that way, we're going on to Johannes. Johannes, you begin walking your way down the hallway and come across a couple sights before you. You can see the end of the hallway there. However, you see what seems to be two different sets of stairs. You see one seems to be a set of wooden stairs, once elegant but now damp and covered with mold and mushrooms. It seems to curve upward, somewhere into the upper layer of the hold. Um, then the heavy post has been moistened by lots of dripping water over the years and is covered in a teal-covered moss. Each ascending baluster is likewise coated uh, in different hues of the same type of moss, making the staircase look somewhat like a strange, brightly painted piece of artwork. It is somewhat beautiful. Um, the other doorway seems to be some sort of cellar door. The door is decorated with a stonework letter C that hangs from a wire so rusty that it looks on the brink of falling, even by the mere breath of yourself in this room. Yes, the cellar. The cellar is the that one that you just pointed to. Yeah, this one curves upstairs. Also, there's a door right here. Also, you passed another door right there. There's many rooms in this place. Additionally, at the end of the hallway, I should say, you do note what seems to be a painting. Uh, it remains in actually pretty relatively good condition. The portrait depicts a lovely half-elven woman of middle ages and somewhat regal bearing. She wears a dove-shaped choker encrusted with pearls. Uh, right on the very edge of the map. So like right here on the wall, right there in that corner. Yep, in that corner specifically. Also, I should mention there is also a door right there that is not marked. Yep. Yeah, do a little booba. You do note that there's a brass plaque underneath the woman's name.
Very good. I'm just gonna try this out.
Okay, try the cellar doors. Um, as you pick up the handle, you lift it up, and the second you do, you hear tink, as the letter C just falls immediately. The second the door is even moved, the letter that puts the name of the cellar immediately breaks off of its chain, its wire, and just shatters across the floor, sending a sound echoing across the entire of the chamber. So currently, that's what you are doing. Skiffle. We'll cut to you now. You walk into a sizable chamber. Um,
I haven't even been playing that MMO. I've actually just had my eyes closed most of the time.
you see a what seems to be an overgrown chamber. What seems to be some sort of probably a once grand family room. It contains much of the old furnishings. You see chairs and sofas, a large water clock off in a side corner, an impressive fireplace, and a very large chandelier with almost 2 dozen glowing crystals bathing the room in magical light that is still lit. However, this room is also covered head to ceiling with large, overgrown mushrooms that seem to just encompass the entirety of this chamber. Some of them massive in size, the size of trees that you would find on the outside. You see an impressive fireplace in the back of the chamber that currently is slightly ruined due to a full grown tree that has grown through it.
Alright. Can I, do a, thing to see if there's any of this stuff is, like, alive? Like, see if I notice anything?
Make a perception check. A 6.
Should have touched myself.
You take a look around the room, and I mean, it looks to be, uh, just mushrooms.
Okay. There's just that one door on the other side.
There is no doors in this room. It is all windows. This seems to be a living room. Actually, no, there is a door. Sorry. Taking a look behind you, you do note a door off in the far back corner.
Okay. What do you think? Even if it was the same door that I walked when I get here. Um, I guess I'm gonna go back. The one over here. If I would have just gone north, I guess I'm just gonna go to that door. No, there's a door over here. And I'll just, yeah, I'll go in there and use that time.
So Jared, actually, put yourself back in that room, please.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just wanted to get out of there before he pulled out an enemy.
I don't know. Who am I? I am, anti.
The giant mushroom monsters are teachable.
So, Jared, as you are turning to step out of the room, you immediately note something immediately is wrong.
Yeah.
I need you to make a con saving throw, please.
Oh, gee.
Okay. You just succeed as you smell like a sweetness in the air. You start to feel your mind begin to drift as you see images and shapes begin to almost spread into your vision like a hallucination forcing itself on you. But you resist. You close your eyes and shake your head, you turn around, and that's when you see, almost stepping out of one of the large mushrooms in the back of the room, a giant mushroom creature just stares at you and takes a step forward. I need you to roll initiative. At this point, Sergikova and Viz are currently still searching their room. But I do want them to roll initiative as well. For once sound occurs. Yes, please. I need to know how quickly you will be able to help your ally. Okay. He rolled real shitty.
Did he really do it?
Yes. Okay, so Johannes knows nothing's wrong. He just opened the cellar door and heard the thing fall. You all kind of hear just a shattering immediately as the initiative is cast. Strakova is still currently searching his room and is actually about to step down the stairs. Skiffle, you immediately see this large mushroom creature currently looking at you.
Vibe with it. He already tried poisoning me though.
Yeah, it was clearly some sort of hallucination that it tried to force onto you.
So let's just say I'm gonna move up on him, and I'm just gonna stab him straight up.
Okay.
Touchy touch in a second. Oh, I did. Oh, fuck. I thought I had the second one. Damn. Whatever. They're just the first two then. Sorry about that.
17 hits, 10 misses.
And I'm just gonna have my turn there.
Okay, that's where you end your turn. You don't want to use a bonus action?
Nah. I can do blessing. I'll give myself a +4.
Okay.
And fucking Nate and Jake can have the other one.
Okay. You cast Bless.
Bless, which is one of my spell points.
Got it.
Alright.
So, on this creature's turn, I need you to make. You see, it looks at you, and as it's stepping out of the mushroom itself, you see its eyes flash towards you. I need you to make a con saving throw. An 11. As you're staring and you see the eyes flash, you immediately smell sweetness, and your body seizes up. You are stunned. I will say at this point, Sergikova, you hear an attack. You hear like sounds of action coming from the room below you, and you kind of look down the stairs, and just a little bit of ways you see Skiffle just freeze. Then you see this mushroom creature almost stepping out of the very mushroom itself is going to attack twice with advantage. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
Me? Or
Yeah, you.
16 if it matches, it hits, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hit.
Okay, and the second attack. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Hit.
Okay. So then I gotta roll this. It punches you in the face twice. 4, 5, 6, plus 8. So you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And then 4 points of poison damage for the first one. Jesus. So 12 points of bludgeoning damage for the second attack. And 8 points of poison damage. As you watch as this thing just cracks its knuckles and just socks you once in the face. You immediately just feel spores and fungus just covered the side of your cheek as it just hits you in the fucking face twice. And you feel like something is just beginning to dig into your skin as its fungus just begins to infect you. Johannes, you turn and look down the hallway as you hear some action happening. After you had just, opened the cellar door and heard the sound clatter. And you kind of look down the hallway, and then you hear... And you immediately, you turn and look down the stairs, and you see a creature currently at the bottom of the steps. Oh, my fucking headphones died. Shit. Hold up. Damn it. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, you see a strange humanoid currently at the bottom of the steps, kind of looking like this. No. There's like a sign that was hanging above the cellar, and as you opened the door, it fell and shattered. Um, my fucking headphones, dude. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You hear us?
We hear you.
I'm giving him a thumbs up to see if he can hear us. Or that we can hear him, in case he can't hear us.
Speak again.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Hello.
Oh, nice. Good job, Dustin. Good job.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, you see this creature just standing at the bottom of the stairs, sword and dragging down on the ground in their hands, and they just look up to you. And it just charges, rushes up the stairs towards you. It's gonna make two short sword attacks on, sorry, long sword attacks on you. God damn it. Okay, I just joined. I just joined on my phone, so yeah. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me? I just joined on my phone. That's not gonna work either, is it? Fucking hell, man. Okay. So, it's gonna make two attacks on you, Jake. First one's only a 7 to hit.
Nope.
Second one's only gonna be a 8 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, so you see this creature just slices towards you twice and misses both times. But yeah, you see this strange, almost barnacled, just like almost like in a strange way, a humanoid that is covered with. This is a drowned human, in all essence of the words, but they are undead. Very clearly, this is not a living person. They have been drowned. Their body absorbed much water, and somehow this individual is back to life. And you watch as like they open their mouth to like almost gasp towards you as they strike. They go. You see water just spilling out of their mouth like a waterfall as they're just emptying their lungs towards you. It's your turn.
So the way that spell, I just wanted to make sure. So I could make a cantrip spell as an action, but if I have a level spell that's a bonus action, can I do both, or like how does that work again?
You can only do one. You can only use one spell slot per turn, no matter what. Even if it's a bonus action spell and it's an action spell, you can only use one spell slot. But you can use as many. You can use a cantrip if you wanted to. So you can make a spell slot bonus action and a cantrip action if you wanted to. Yes.
Oh, so I can do cantrip action, bonus action, spell slot.
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it. I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast
Okay.
right off the beat.
You are in melee combat right now, so it would be at disadvantage.
Got it. Where is that bad boy at? 12. And a
12. 12 actually hits, and so does a 10.
10. What?
This creature is not acrobatic. This creature is an undead, and yeah.
Alright, bet. So I'm gonna roll for both damage. I am going to do a little role play. 13 plus 9. So 22? Yeah. Yeah, 22. So what's gonna happen, he's gonna miss both times, and I'm going to take 2 balls of energy are gonna appear in my hand. I'm gonna clap it together, and right in front of me, since he's like 5 feet away, I'm just gonna point it right at his chest, and I'm gonna see if I can try and blast him back down the stairs with the 22 damage.
22 damage. Okay, you strike him. I will say, like, you see it stumbles partially down the stairs, but is able to stand its ground. You see it's dexterous enough to not fall down the stairs, but
Wow.
this thing doesn't care about getting hit. It's not trying to not get hit. It wields this rusty longsword and is just going after you.
All right, and I'm going to use Mind Thrust, and the target has to make the Intelligence saving throw. On a fail, it's 3d6, and I'll tell you the rest.
I'm assuming it's going to fail. That is a that's a 2.
Yeah.
Alright, so 3d6. Let me move my fucking the initiative order.
Jared, a quick side note. Did you ever add the chime of opening?
Mm-hmm.
A 12. So
Uh-huh.
the 12. So as a result, dude does not get any reactions, and on his next turn, he must either choose a moving action, a action, or bonus action, and that's it. He can't pick anything else.
Damn. Sounds gorgeous. Love that see it.
I am casting it at a 4th level spell, but since there
I
is
did.
nothing else, wait, hold on.
Also, just so you know, he is bloodied at this point.
Oh wait, it's higher. My bad. This is a level. This is a 2nd level spell technically, but since I have 4th level spell slots, I add 2 more d6s because it says after every level you add a d6.
So add an extra d6.
Add 2 because it's a level 2 and I'm using it as a level 4.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, then roll 2 more d6.
An 8.
Ooh. Yeah, he's still bloodied.
Dang. Oh darn. And I'm just gonna return.
Okay. Serviz.
I actually was gonna ask you, would it be Sir Viz or would it be me? Because I'm pretty sure we rolled the same, but I'm pretty sure my dex is higher.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does go off with dex, so you would definitely go first in that scenario.
I have 19 dex.
I remember that's how tied initiatives go. It's a higher dex between the two.
Is that correct, Justin?
It's whoever has the higher dex.
Yeah, so I think I would go first actually.
Okay,
I
Sir
don't know
Dakova.
if there's a way to- All right.
Save
After
Jared.
seeing what happened to Jared, I would move down right there, and using advantage from it, I would
From what?
what's it called? We're
Being-
across it, aren't we? We're
No.
flanking it.
No.
That's 35.
You have to be across the enemy, so you'd have to be.
I have. Wait, I'd have to be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you would have to be there.
But wait, isn't this the same thing as? So would I have to be across like this?
You would have to be directly across. You have to be directly across from one of your allies. Directly
Okay.
across.
Because see, this is why I got confused. Because I swear in the past there was times where like you said,
No.
like, oh, if you're like on either side of it like this, it works.
Mm-mm.
And that's why I was like, oh. All right, so just
You would have to be
now-
like here, but Jared's only on a corner, so he can only flank with someone on a corner.
Oh, okay. Well then, if that's the case, then I would just move right here, and I would attack it. Also, I had 35 feet of movement, Jake.
I'm just checking, dog.
Yeah, just letting you know. And I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a -5 of the hit. So I wouldn't be at advantage. Fuck. I can reroll that if you want. All right. So.
Well-
24 plus 5.
So here's the thing.
Mhm.
You already rolled beforehand. You just rolled
Yeah.
with advantage, so I would have taken the first number.
All right. Well, I would have failed that one, but then I
Okay.
would have rolled again.
Okay. So yeah, the
And
first
done
one
it.
misses. The second one definitely hits.
So 40 damage.
And then because I got a crit, I get an extra attack. He's a great weapon master. So I'm gonna attack again.
Okay.
14 plus 3,
Hits.
17. Hits. 31. So how's it looking?
Bloodied.
I'm going to use action surge. It allows me to attack again.
Okay.
Or get another, do it again. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go and do my action phase all over again. 21 plus 4.
Hits.
32. Again.
You are able to kill it with that one swing. You strike and sever the head of this large mushroom creature.
Alright. I then give a healing potion to Skiffle. Is he like frozen? Did he like get affected by the thing, or is?
You see, he is currently he doesn't move. He doesn't even look towards you. You see, he's like his body is seized up.
I would pour the healing potion into his mouth then.
Oh, that takes an action to do.
I have one. Oh, I have one more attack. I don't know.
Yeah, you have one more attack that you can do.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then never mind. I am not going. Sorry, Jared. Fuck you then. You're not getting healed, buddy.
Take back my bless that's on Nate.
Yeah, I thought you're frozen. I tried healing you. I couldn't fucking. The DM said, "Nah, fuck me." And I guess that's the end of my turn. I think Sir Viz would probably move down here too.
Okay.
And he would just probably end. I think it's what, right there, here. Yeah.
Okay.
You'd end him.
Skiffle, on the end of your turn, con saving throw, please.
So right now, con saving throw.
Yep. 6, you're still stunned.
Awesome.
Luckily, the mushroom creature is dead. However, unluckily for Johannes, this strange undead is still next to him. And it's going to attack twice. That is going to be a 12 to hit.
Nope.
Doesn't hit. You see it strikes twice more and misses. Johannes.
I'm gonna let this boy off nice and quick. 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
13 and 23.
Both hit.
God damn.
God damn.
13 and 11. So, I'm essentially just going to do something similar that I did before. Kind of just like condense it into one. And, just volley it at him, man. Right at his face.
Okay. Yeah, you send these 2 volleys, one after the other, against this creature. And as they hit, you see the first one strikes into the shoulder. And you see the arm partially, like, that the shoulder itself seems to just, like, snap and break. And you see the arm begins to just almost go tearing off. So...
Is it not dead?
No.
If it's not dead, I'll just kill it now.
20... So...
Determining if it's dead or not.
I have to calculate something. You got lucky. You see, as your second strike hits it, you see it starts flying down the stairs. You see the eyes almost seem to go dark for a second. You see, as an undead, you've seen this before. You see the body seems to twitch for a moment in the air as if it's going to come back to life and stay alive somehow. But it just fails and the body loses consciousness and dies. It's the end of initiative.
So that's how they work.
Yeah. It had undead fortitude, but it rolled a 15 and it needed a 16.
Ooh.
Yeah. Very, very close. It rolled a 12 and got a +3.
Okay.
Immediately you see the area goes quiet once again as Skiffle over the next minute is stunned. If you want, you can roll con saving throws until you reach a certain number if you want to see how long it would have taken you.
Oh, of course. I mean, I would like to use my D4 this time. You know, let's just say that. I got another 6, but plus 4, so 10.
You don't have
Um,
to-
Nope.
19 and a
think you got that
D4.
That one.
I think I would have been out of that one.
Yeah. So it only took you 2 more tries to get out. But eventually the stun fades. You brush off a lot of the fungus that had like just been punched into your face, essentially. And yeah, this room is now empty and devoid of seemingly anything that would attempt to assault you further.
All right. I assume Jared's going into the one room, but I'm just gonna say I'm gonna go, not down to the cellar. We can go explore that together. I assume there's more enemies. I'm just gonna go to the painting and I'm gonna go inspect that.
Okay then.
I'm also gonna propose we take a rest and heal kind of. Take like a
Take
short
a
rest.
short rest.
Yeah.
I guess before
Sure.
that, I guess I'll inspect the painting before that, unless Jared wants to go inspect the room before resting.
I'm not gonna do anything considering I have 9 HP.
Okay. Wow.
So you check out. What number is that again? 6.
You said yeah, there's like a rusted plaque and it's like a painting. How big is the painting? Like feet by feet.
It's pretty decent. It takes up pretty much majority of the wall. It's probably about 6 foot by 6 foot.
Okay.
You see the plaque itself underneath seems to name the individual as Rochilda.
Rochilda?
Yes.
Alright. I'm going to take the painting off the wall. I'm gonna take it out of the frame, roll it up, and put it in my bag. Or inventory, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. So you take the painting off the wall. Okay.
Was there anything else behind the so when I unframed the painting, was there anything else hidden in there? Was there like a letter or anything else?
There doesn't seem to be. As you unframe the painting, you take it out, you start rolling it up, and putting it in your bag. The frame itself seems to be empty.
Okay, just curious. You never know. Some big houses like to hide little shit like that.
No, you do note that the space where the painting was, you immediately note that this painting has probably been here for a very long time. The very wall around it seems to almost show the evidence that the sun has bleached the wood itself around this painting, and potentially this frame itself has been here way longer than this individual's personal painting ever was.
Okay. So I assume they're gonna take a short rest. I mean, I'll take it too. I gotta replenish that one spell slot, but
I can show more area to you since you've kind of moved to another. Why does it never like me clicking on reveal area? Yeah, you see what appears to be another section of hallway and a door off on that one side. Yeah, but you're able to all take a nice short rest for the next hour.
oh,
Also, during that hour, I'm gonna attune to the ring.
yeah, there you go, big boy. Big ol'. I want to see a big old smile on Nate's face as he attunes to that. So Jared, you gotta roll some of that hit die.
Yay. I think I actually have a couple left.
You should have up to 7 of them.
Yeah.
I've already used 4 of them because we had another encounter. Cause I didn't even have four. Four of them didn't even bring me to full health. All right, there. I'll take, I guess, 16.
So, Nate, you said you would attune to the item?
Yes.
Okay. Attuning to it, you feel the magic. And, you take this time to inspect the item. And you do note that there is a small, almost like imprint on the very base of the ring. And feeling it, almost by intuition, upon the magic connecting with your mind, you know the command word for this. This is Awe.
How do you say?
Awe. Do you know Elvish at all?
You. I am actually fluent in Elvish.
This is Elvish for small bird.
Small bird.
It's probably familiar. Hey, what? Can I get the A1?
I suppose I will. I'm gonna say, anyway.
As you say Awe, you feel the ring like almost vibrate in your finger for a moment, and you look at it, and you see the green emerald moves, and you see it flips open and shows a bright green eye in the center of the ring. And you look down at it, and then look at your hand, and then look around the room. While wearing this ring, using an action to speak its command word, when you do so, you can see into and through solid matter for a minute. This vision has a radius of 30 feet to you.
That's good.
Wait.
Solid objects within this radius appear transparent and don't prevent light from passing through them. The vision can penetrate 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or up to 3 feet of wood or dirt. Thicker substances block the vision, as does a thin sheet of lead. Whenever you use this ring again before taking a long rest, you must succeed on a DC 15 con saving throw, or gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh.
This is a ring of X-ray vision.
Ring of X-ray.
That's what's up. That's pretty cool. Jared has the tool that can lock almost anything, which is really nice. That could actually be used on like that. Remember that trapped chest? He could just like pop that and it wouldn't trigger the fucking explosion. That'd be so fucking nice.
Yeah.
Jared, remind us that you have that, and when we try to open chests, please.
Or if you have like a dungeon door that
said it
like,
means bird?
the gods are behind.
Yes,
you
it
know, I
means
can
it
always
means
use the
small
gun.
bird.
Only regular locks, unfortunately.
Some would say owl.
It's not normal. Is it only normal
It's
locks?
only normal stuff. It's not magical or like weird.
This could be
Alright.
considered like this would be a word that some elves would use to say like a barn owl or
Yeah.
like
All
a
right.
smaller.
While I look around, though, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna look around. All around this area to look
Yeah.
through solid objects.
Oh, Jared, by the way, you can cast a healing spell if you want more X or HP.
I
Um,
don't have
Also,
healing
Jared, I'm
spells,
gonna give
like-
you one
yes,
of
I
my.
do.
I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
one of my healing potions.
So 9 plus 16, you're about halfway.
So you can take a healing potion as well.
I have
Um,
25.
so,
plus one short
with
rest,
that,
I'll use
you
my
can
5
see
points of
through
health.
solid objects within 30 feet of you, meaning you can see past those objects.
Yeah.
If there's another object past it, you can't see.
Okay.
Let me just
Come on,
move
Ewa,
some
come on, Ewa.
things.
Hey, what-
Immediately, you can see this room outside to here, and you see what appears to be a back porch. Very sizable. You can see large mounds of bushes with very similar features to what you first encountered when you walked up the front stairs. Looking through this room in particular, you can see. Let me get it. What seems to be essentially a room that has just swelled. Everything in here is wet and mildewed and is just damp and moist, covered in moss and muck. The entirety of the room is essentially plant life now. There is almost no metal or anything of of worth within that room anymore. It has been destroyed right there.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Actually. Just a monster room, just vibing.
I would mention all three of the or like the two creatures that we saw. I would mention any of the creatures that looks like it. Like it looks like there's more of them. So just everyone knows. And while you said it lasts a minute,
Yes, it only lasts a minute.
so while like I'm looking around, I would continue down here to look inside of like these rooms and towards like Jake.
Hold up, Cowboy.
Okay.
Let's save the surprise.
Well, I mean, shit. I have a ring of X-ray vision. I would have used it fucking to look around the whole fucking area. I could have.
I don't know. I just like the exploration aspect.
I mean, I do too. It's not a bad thing to get in there.
Everyone else is with us, right? Or did Nate just like immediately run down the hall?
I mean, he begins to run down the hall. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This room that you can see seems to be some sort of coat room. You see another door that extends out to the back porch. There seems to be elements of where plant life has invaded, but has not fully taken over that room. Continuing to walk forward, you would note you can also see off to the right side into what appears to be. Let me just confirm how many inches of stone. 1 foot of stone. Looking through, you can see what appears to be some sort of a study room off on this side. Some sort of large office that you can see into, with many vines and plant life growing into it. Additionally, you see what a blank wall where there used to be some sort of painting. You can see that it is hollow on the inside.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Fucking knew it. Knew there's no that painting. Call me crazy.
Continuing forward. So just so you know, at this point it begins to fade and you lose it.
Okay.
But your minute of exploration seemed to have helped, and you can use it more than once per day. It just you might get a level of exhaustion should you attempt to use the ring too often.
Makes sense.
During that period, because I was just taking off the painting, like I assume I was in the process of rolling it up and putting it in my bag, I would probably hear Nate or.
Well, this is during the short rest, so this is like in the middle of no, this is actually after. So Nate has just spent an hour or so resting with Skiffle and the rest of the troop.
Okay. I'm just gonna, I don't know, look and stare at Nate for a second to see what he does, because apparently he ran down the hall for a reason.
Yeah, I'll say this. I would say it was like this ring, Sir Johannes. It's as if I can see through solid objects. And I say it appears it only lasted for about a minute, but that painting that's in front of you, that frame, it appears there is something behind there. And then I turn to Johannes expectingly, like waiting for him to look.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the mark, or the square, rectangle, whatever you want to call it. I guess it'd be a rectangle outline of where the painting used to be. I'm gonna go up to it and I'm gonna inspect the wall to see if there's any I don't know, loose stone that's like a button or something, or
Make a perception check, or actually make an investigation check.
Because Nate's technically helping.
Are you helping, Nate?
Yeah, I'm helping.
Okay.
Perception.
Yeah, let me change this music up a little bit. It's very.
Say, wall gonna attack me? 17. That's not bad. Jared, where are you, baby boy? Jared's playing the guitar.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's playing his guitar. He muted himself, so it's not loud.
Jared.
What's
Jared's
up, baby
down.
boy? You want to come meet with us? You could still play. We're just asking if you want to meet up with us. You're muted. Okay,
17.
we just on that little thing, and we're about to see if we found the hidden.
You are just able
That's
to
fine.
find that the wall can pivot outward.
Pivot outward.
Yes.
So towards me, essentially, like it
Yeah.
the wall comes up.
The entirety of the wall. You kind of go off to the side of it and just find this small mechanism, and you hear a and then and you're able to pull the wall away, and you reveal what seems to be a 10-foot wide, 25-foot deep space within the wall.
But
And
I assume all of us are gonna go down that.
yeah, I mean, it is easy to see that it's mainly a place of storage, seemingly.
I mean, if it's hidden, there's probably something really good in there.
Yeah.
I assume. Unless Jared wants to go explore a different area. He already come with us. I don't know what he's doing specifically.
You find within the wall, upon opening it and searching it, you find 25 bolts of exotic imported fabric.
We can't see it down there.
I'm gonna.
There's nothing on the image.
Oh,
So it's 25. Wait.
Yes.
Let me go to yeah, you said 25. What of exotic fabric?
25 bolts of exotic fabric.
bolts? BOLTS?
Bolts, yes. It's like 25 giant things of fabric.
Ah.
Exotic fabric. That could be worth something, or we can make something cool out of it. We can
I'm
make a banner.
gonna say I might want to use a little bit of that bad boy. A little bit of A1.
Sorry, A1, A1.
Was that it? Just good fabric?
Not entirely.
Okay.
Uh,
Just roll individually as like a group check.
well, from the most part, this room seems, fairly, like, it seems to just have been turned into a storage space, for this fabric itself. The fabric, surprisingly, is in great condition, and it looks exceptionally fancy. Each one itself these are very heavy, in fact. Each one probably weighs between 10 to 60 pounds. These are giant rolls of fabric. Each one, is like there's 25 of them. Make a history check.
All right, I guess I'll do that since I have a 6 on history.
I touch you. I'm touching you.
I assume someone's helping me, so it's with advantage.
Yes.
Nat 20. I don't even need to.
These are incredibly rare and probably decently expensive. You would guess that each one of these you could probably be able to sell off for about 200 gold each.
All the bolts are?
Yes, each one is approximately 200 gold.
21
Interesting.
so that's what about
5,000 gold.
Oh, 5,000.
Yeah.
And additionally, upon moving them and like just sorting through, you find
Yeah, look.
there's many of them. You do find one. There seems to be a roll of white linen that has actually been magically treated. This one is weightless. So if you needed to, you could create weightless clothing.
Weightless.
Wait,
women.
clothing.
Yes. Additionally, one thing you do find that is not, immediately valuable, but is quite interesting, is that carved into the floor itself is a teleportation circle.
Interesting. Can I inspect it for Arcana to see if I can do some more about it?
Sure, make an Arcana check. This would probably be I mean,
I assume Jared's doing the little touchy touch.
yeah, he can probably touch. I don't think Nate can help because he's not good with Arcana.
Arcana.
No, I
Is
think
Jared-
Toto though would come and help though.
Oh yeah, Toto
Sure,
would.
yeah, Toto can.
Toto would definitely.
25. Each teleportation, like to teleport to a location, there needs to be an existing portal. It takes usually about a year to create many teleportation circles, and it can be quite expensive to do so. The fact that this is already here means that this could be a location. If you were to be able to learn to learn the spell teleportation circle, you could teleport to this exact spot consistently.
So
Yo.
wait, I'm sorry. So it's just a thing that's there. It doesn't go anywhere else.
No, you need this spot to teleport to this place. You cannot use this to teleport to somewhere else. You can only use it to teleport here.
It's almost like we're being set up to claim this mansion. You know.
It's almost like we've made this known that we wanted to claim this mansion.
It's almost like
It's almost like destiny. It's almost like there's a benevolent dreamer deity watching over us.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
I'm
I
hyped.
wonder.
I'm really
I wonder.
I'm very
Okay.
hyped.
Examining the circle, I'm just gonna like look at it and just turn around and walk away. I think we could probably leave the pelts here if we just close up the door again. If it's been like this for 100 years, like I'm pretty sure if we could leave it for like a week or something, it'll be just fine, in my opinion. Like it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I'm
now
just
you
saying,
now
because
you
it
know
weighs
about
so
it at
much.
least.
Huh?
And now you know about it at least.
Yeah, exactly. It just weighs so much. I'm just saying, like, there could be other shit on our travels and whatnot. We could just leave it there and come back to it. It ain't going anywhere at all. Don't giggle. I don't think the pelts are gonna grow legs and walk away.
You never know.
I was gonna say, well, I think Connor could just put him in a Bader's pocket.
Well, I'm saying I don't know how much room he has left to do that.
Yeah,
I
that'd
think
be
he
something
does.
for when he shows up next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not
we can-
like I don't think we're gonna be like clearing this out and be like, all right, we're going to Hollow. I think we're still gonna be exploring this up until the next one. So for now, we'll just leave the pelts there and we'll decide when Connor gets back. But
Okay.
I guess I'll go. I don't know if it's a study. I'll go to the door that I drew.
Okay.
I don't know if Nate told me if it was a study. He just told me there was a hidden wall right there.
Yeah. I would have told you. I would have said like by this
Yeah.
point I would have told him.
So you go to the door. Do you open it?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Opening it up. Long ago, this room was apparently a study or a private library, as hundreds of books remain covering the walls. Yet, thin vines with bright red flowers cross the shelves. Remarkable amounts of flying insects have landed on these flowers and hover around them, creating a rather loud collective buzzing sound. Like the shelves, vines entwine the desk, so inspecting the books and the contents of the desks seems rather difficult. To brave the insects and the plants. There seems to be other unidentifiable items in a green within the room. You see what seems to be a padded reading chair, a small bar where several bottles and glasses are covered in dust. You see the large desk has a nice, somewhat comfy looking chair on the far side. And yeah.
I'm very intrigued because I feel like there would be a very good book somewhere, but at the same time, there's this thing at the study. There's always something on the master's desk, as they say. You're smiling. What are you guys? What are you guys' opinions? You guys are you guys coming in with me, or is it just by myself?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would have went in with you. I feel like I would have.
Your thumbs up or
Would've, like,
thumbs down
checked.
coming in with us.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Can't hear you,
You
dog.
said-
Thumbs up or thumbs down.
I'ma come.
Oh, you're coming?
Jared, where's your mic at?
he has a mic. It's like
You should put it closer to your mouth then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
weird. It's
All right, now
like
we can hear you.
only 11:50. You're fine. Jeez.
Dude, I'm just tired. What's up?
Mom. Go get coffee.
Do you what time do you guys want to end, by the way?
I can keep going. I have nothing tomorrow.
Honestly, I don't care. I don't
Jared,
see
we
us
all know
doing
you're
much considering Connor's not here, and
We're just
so we're
exploring.
two
Yeah.
guys down now. It's really just clearing out this house.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm down to just finish checking out this one room, and then we can stop now.
okay.
I mean, I am down to keep going. In my opinion, all we're doing is exploring. It's not too much. It's not story based, so I mean, it's not
Yeah.
really that big of a deal.
Honestly, it doesn't matter that you guys are exploring without people. Like, literally, you're fighting. This is like kind of like a dungeon crawl. Not gonna lie. So like, you're just fighting like small little waves of enemies almost.
Dragons.
But I don't mind keep going.
Yeah. So
Okay,
Nate,
I think we should go to that cellar next after this. There's probably
Mhm.
something good.
you head off towards the desk.
Oh, is
Yeah.
Nate, are you going to the desk? You wanna go to
Yeah,
the
I'll go to the desk with
Alright,
you. Yeah.
I'll go with the books. We'll split it. Jared, do you want to help me? Nate, you want to go inspect the bottles of booze, I assume, are on the bar shelf? What do you want to do?
Connor,
I'll look through the paperwork.
So, what does that mean?
Did we already check out, see if there's any like papers or anything to get information on the building?
Nate's going to the desk, the master's desk, which could have papers. I'm going to check out the bookshelf. We're asking, what do you want to do? You want to go to one of us? You want to go check out the bar? Like,
I can help you with the bookshelf.
alright. So Jared's helping me with the bookshelf. Don't know where Sir Viz is. I assume the bookshelf's over here, by the way.
Sir Viz, I think, was still with the.
Yeah, there's
Echo, so-
bookshelves all along this this far wall over here.
Sir
So
Viz.
I'm gonna go over there. I'll probably go to
Sir
the bar.
Viz. Sir Viz can go look at the.
Make what's everyone's passive perceptions?
I have the highest.
Highest.
What is
I'm at
it?
10.
I have
My passive perception is 10.
Mine's
Toto's
all
passive
13.
perception.
13.
Toto's passive perception is.
What Sir Skiffle? Yes, Skiffle. What's yours?
13.
13. Okay.
Yeah. Sir Skiffle has the highest passive perception.
Okay. You all begin to, spread around the room to take a look at different things. And none of you notice till the last possible moment. I'd say probably Skiffle was the one who notices at the last second. As, where are you checking?
He's checking the bookshelf with me.
Yeah, you're heading off to the bookshelf with Johannes, and as you're like pulling out a book and looking at it, and you open a page, and it just almost seems to drip. All the pages have like long moistened and just turned to mush, and you're like, ew, gross. And you toss the book behind yourself, and you go to grab another book, and out of the corner of your eye, you look to the ceiling, and there you see a 3-foot-long spider, but not a spider. You see it's climbing the vines as if they were its webs, and you see it's made more of plant material than it is any sort of natural beast. And you see the web immediately
I
goes.
instantly pop Peace Domain.
Okay.
Jared,
Give it-
attack it. Something like
I
you have
give
an
it
advantage.
to
You have
me,
hit. Attack
Jake,
it.
and
You can
Nate.
attack and then do initiative.
How high up is it?
It's at the ceiling, so about 10 feet up.
Fun fact, I use Arms of Astral Self, and I AoE him.
Okay. I think you can also hit him, can't you?
I can with unarmed attacks.
You can reach that boy. You can pop him, and then roll initiative, and you might be able to bop him if you roll high enough again.
So, he has to make a dex save.
It's a spider.
He makes it.
I think spiders have the highest dex, if I'm not mistaken, for small
It-
creatures like that.
This is not a normal spider.
Alright.
And is it I get 2 unarmed strikes because I'm not doing spear attacks, I'm doing
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah, you get you have a bonus you can do you can do two unarmed strikes and a bonus action unarmed strike.
No, my bonus action is my Arms of Asper.
Yes, then you can do 2 unarmed strikes then.
Do it again. Send it.
The 12 misses. 18 hits.
Yabba dabba do.
Pop 'em.
11. Shit. Okay.
I should have probably used my D4, but I didn't.
Did you want
Oh, I
to?
forgot you had that.
No, I was saying for the first one. I'm
Did-
not gonna be that petty.
Did you want to?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, you can. You didn't. Yeah, you can.
Dustin wants to give you a
That
bonus
hits.
advantage to blood instantly.
Alright,
Kill it. Kill it.
9. So it's 20 damage.
It's
20
only-
damage. It's surprisingly still up. Immediately upon being hit, you see it like immediately scurries with insane speed. This creature did not expect to be noticed and attacks so dastardly. You see it scurries across the vines, leaps. Surdrakova, you immediately just see a 3-foot plant-like spider just lands on the top of the desk and scurries underneath it.
Jared, do you say anything? Like you
Do I
got
say
the spider,
anything?
it scurried away. Did you like, are you gonna freak out? Like, what are you gonna do? Roleplay this shit, man. Let's get into character.
Oh my god! That's right!
My reaction, for real.
Yeah, just search
Yay! Hit it! There you go.
So as you all watch as the spider just lands on the desk, turns, looks at Surdrakova, just scurries underneath, you all stop for a moment. And then, Johannes. It rolled a fucking natural 20 on its stealth check.
What?
Does a 15 hit you?
Wait. Meets it, beats it.
Meets it, beats it? Oh, shit. You take 5 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a con saving throw.
Wait, that's with advantage. My bad. Want me to roll again? Or
Yeah,
just
roll
take-
one more time.
Okay.
12. You fail. You are poisoned. You all of a sudden, all of you just hear thunk as a thorn, like a sizable, like almost like rose thorn, just slams into the back neck of Johannes. You see he like pulls it out of his cloak and throws it to the side, and you see he like stumbles for a moment. Until the poison ends, you move at half your normal speed. Yeah.
That's fine.
As
Take it as a turn.
suddenly the entire room bursts with enemies as spiders seem to burst forth, one from the same bookcase, one from the far off corner above the chair, and then 2 from the desk.
Okay.
Initiative, please.
Okay. This is cool. I like these little plant spider mini boss fights or mini baby battles. Little boss.
Alright.
So that's a 6.
My initiative fucking sucks today.
Yeah, tonight it is not. Can you do a +4 for initiative?
7, no I can't. 7, a 7, a 6. Oh boy.
Like, watch like the biggest battle we're gonna fight in, like in the house, be like the one you scored the highest in. I'm calling it. It goes. It's always bad to good and good to bad.
Yeah, D&D, usually, it fluctuates.
It literally, like, we've had some nutty fucking rolls. Remember we kept getting nat 20s that on the 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Like, chick, that was nutty.
Hell yeah.
Damn, why that spider at 18? What the
So you see the first one that shot Johannes in the back of the neck again goes and shoots him again. That one's not gonna hit. That's gonna be a 9.
Yeah.
That one immediately, shoots a single. Actually, he makes 2 attacks. Fuck yeah.
What?
That's gonna be a 15.
I mean, actually, no, I'll save it.
Okay. You take 16. Sorry. 6 slashing damage.
I'm about to say, boy, you never mind. I will use
Yeah.
it.
No. That one stays on the ceiling, off on that side of the room. That one is going to be red. The next one is going to be blue, and then you have green and orange. Green
Wait,
is
did
the
that spider just leave my attack range?
technically it did. You wanna? Did you want to do an attack of opportunity?
Arm.
He had my reaction.
Wait, doesn't Jared have the Polar Master feat?
No, I don't. No, I have to get it through when I level up.
Yeah, technically,
Oh.
if you want, you could have done an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I could have. I just realized that.
It sucks. I mean, which one is it? Is it the?
it would have been green.
I mean, it's right, Jared. To be honest, I wouldn't doubt if it's like towards half or is already half at this point. You kinda-
Yeah, I mean, I have the chance of killing it, so I mean that's the thing.
What I'm saying is Toto can fucking kill it, and Nate can definitely kill it. If anything, Nate can kill all the spiders in the room when it's his turn.
True.
Yeah. Do you want
It's
to
not
hit it?
Did you,
I mean, it would have been just doing more damage to it,
do it.
pretty much.
Yeah. Make an attack roll
Fuck it.
as it ran out of your range retroactively. That hits.
Kill it.
9.
9. That's enough to kill it. Yeah. So as you watched as it essentially, since you're in the middle of the room, it's kind of weird. So it would have
Mhm.
like run past Johann, like it would have been crawling over near Johannes, would have tried to leave your terrain. Basically, as like it landed, so like still like it landed on top of the desk, looked towards Sergikova, and turned to go underneath the desk, and that's when your hand just like almost like seems to spread through the air, whiffs right almost like past Sergikova by like a mere inches, and just sucker punches the spider, and you watch it goes right through the window, like the open glass-free window. You just see, whoo, the spider just goes soaring through the sky. This plant species just disappears from view,
That's really
and
cool.
then the attack happens.
Jared, you just yeeted that boy.
He did truly eat.
Uh,
So Toto, it is your turn.
kill the orange boy. Wait, where's his echo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he probably have to generate it.
His
No,
echo
right?
never dissipated. That's why he never.
Oh.
Took it.
Oh, then yeah, I can't move the echo. That's the issue.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know how to get control to move it. But
It's because it's
Yeah,
tied to
I-
Connor.
makes sense. All right. Well then, I'd assume that you probably go and he would just move the echo on the other side of him, like across here.
For advantage, yeah, he'd definitely do that.
Yeah. So I don't know how to move the echo over there. Rusty.
Okay. Echo across the spider.
And Toto would fucking stab it
You'd definitely kill that boy.
with the slatty claw. No, I'm kidding. Alright, he's gonna two-handed.
Hits.
7 plus 3. So 10. I would attack again. Hits. 12 plus 2, so 14.
A lot.
So 24 damage.
Yeah, that's enough. You see, Toto literally just takes his silver poleaxe. It just goes wham, and you see it just splits the plant in two.
Alright.
Partially, actually, you see as he does that, he just like almost like takes his hand on the bottom of the silver poleaxe and just uses all his might to just almost like do a flip on it. And as he does so, it's almost like a cleaver action, and you just watch as he just cuts through the desk. You see the desk just breaks in half.
Oh no! We were going to inspect that.
Sergikova.
Alright. I
You
would
see-
go and I would move to this spider over here.
Yeah, it's currently on the ceiling.
I would walk up the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I figured.
Yep, so, alright. Yep, I'm walking up there, and,
Does he have enough though?
so how tall is the ceiling?
Only 10 feet tall.
Oh, perfect. That's actually just enough. Uh, so I'm up
Yeah.
there with.
Currently, you're just standing like almost like perfectly horizontal on the wall, with your
It's
sword
like
out.
that scene from the new Spider-Man. And I'm going to cut the fuck out of this thing. So
Go ahead.
15 plus 4,
Hits.
21.
21.
It's so hurt.
And then I'm going to do it again. 16 plus 3.
Hits. You basically all watch as
28.
with this giant adamantine plated mithril ultra greatsword standing on the wall, you just watch him go whoom. You see the spider literally goes to like almost like do like a judo move, trying to like move out of the way, and you see he automatically cuts 3 legs off. You see the other 3 legs on the other side immediately just begin crawling itself off away from as fast as he can. He then takes his second swing and almost like the same thing, just swings vertically upwards, and you see the ultra greatsword just clashes right dead center through this weird spider plant and cracks through the first floor, killing it, and also damaging.
Nice.
And you, as you pull your sword back out, you immediately can see some room above you.
Oh shit. Whoops.
Does it know it's
After
on
that
the
though, so technically I have one more attack from killing that, but I have no way to reach the other one.
bonus action.
So I'm just
Pull
oh
out the
shit, you're
spear.
fucking right. I can do that. Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to teleport. How many feet is this? Oh
It's
no, it's
30
only
feet.
30. Yeah, only 30 feet.
20 feet. Nah, you won't
Nate,
make it.
just pull out the spear and then say flank.
No.
Nah, it's not worth it on that. I
Maybe
will
for-
actually though. Can I throw my javelin at it? I'm just not gonna use like.
I think it would be with disadvantage, but you can.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw the javelin at it.
Hits.
15 plus 3 hits. 6 piercing.
Okay, it's still alive.
I know. That was my last attack. And then I'm gonna yell, "You got this, Sir Johannes!"
Johannes,
Just keep going.
you turn. Actually, no, you're still facing towards the bookcase, so you just look up as you see the spider on the ceiling, and you smile to yourself.
I'm just gonna stare and just gonna point my hand upwards, just like I've already done this before. Like let's just run it back, and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Run it back, boy. Run it back.
Oh wait, hold on. I
Hits.
had to scroll up for a name. I was looking for that elven name that I forgot to put her name in the fucking in my thing that I put down for it. That's 1. I'm gonna send another 14.
Hits.
All right, that one and that one. That is
Um,
enough.
the first one would have been enough to kill it if it had full health. You basically with the first one, you just like almost like take 2 fingers and just do this, and you all of a sudden you just watch as the blast of like arcane energy just shoots out from you, and you shoot twice as the first one explodes the creature, killing it immediately. The second one shoots the body in midair, turning it to ashes. You basically like pull a fucking like double shot. You're like bam bam.
And then I look at my finger and I see that it's like smoking.
Yep, the eldritch energy is emanating off the tip of your finger.
I can't blow it though. I have a mask on. I'm just gonna like look at it like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. With that, all the spiders are dead.
Pest control.
A little spider action.
No, I like that. I like encounters where they're not like extremely fucking long, but like small enough to be like enjoyable.
I love
I
that.
liked it.
You just murdered these spiders.
Jared fucking yeeted a spider. Connor split a desk. Nate fucking cracked to the second floor, and I legit vaporized a boy.
Yeah. All of you at least got something, you know.
All right. I guess we're gonna go back to the one thing. Can we maybe check
So,
the book?
An inspection of this room commences.
Should we do a group? Do we want to do it in parts, as in like search the desk, search the bar, and search the bookshelf, or do we want to do it
Um, Well, so far you're searching the books with Jared. Nate was searching the desk. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like finish search it.
So we'll start off with the books. The insects are the thickest at the books. All in all, there are many, many books with many different examples of different travel logs and fictional stories, arts and crafts, family recipes, and all this stuff. But most of them are ruined. They have become breeding grounds for ants and other insects that have just turned these pages into dens. All in all, you are able to find a few interesting tomes that seem to have some.
Thing.
Hmm?
Is there anything regarding maps at all? Besides by tomes, I assume you mean magic books. Was there any maps that were available?
You do find, a couple maps of what seems to be the immediate area.
Okay,
You do come up with a name for this place.
I do.
Yeah, you find a map of the immediate area, specifically. This place, you see the town that you came from, seems to have been called Angkor Thom.
Angkor Thom.
Farm?
I don't have a note.
Angkor Thom. The hold itself seems to be called Coleman Hold.
Okay.
You get a sense of the naming scheme of this place, and you now have a name of what it was called when others lived here.
Interesting. I guess for the moment, I will just grab the maps and the. I don't know how many maps there were. I'm just gonna grab the maps and I'll grab the tomes. Was there anything else or no? Because I'll read this during the long rests. It's only 8 hours. I have something to do.
Looking through the books, there are a couple interesting ones. You find Calculus and My Other Lovers by the halfling mathematician Galani Breambucket. It seems to be a book about calculus, and it seems to be a higher level math treatise. You find My Diary, Volume 2, Life in Angkor Thom by Embelin Falls Dadier, seemingly the daughter of a local smith.
So the tomes, were they magic tomes or are the tomes
No,
you're listing?
they're
right
just
now?
books. These are just books.
Okay.
You find another one called Magical Weapon Number 4, Second Attempt by Hjonmir Falsen. And Anterodox the Augmented.
So the second one you said, the diary, is that an actual diary or is it a book that was?
It is a diary.
All right, because that can give insight to what happened to the area. I'll take the diary, the magic weapon book, and I'll just take the maps.
Okay. So you are able to, take the maps and the few books that piqued your interests.
Yeah, definitely any of the maps I'd fuck with.
Well, who do you think I'm gonna give it to?
Yeah. That's what I assume. I'm just letting you know. I really.
Yeah, it just helped you out. What was the last one again? Like the after magic number 4.
Magic number 4 would have been the last one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so you have Calculus and My Other Lovers, My Diary Volume 2, Life in Angkor Thom, and then Magical Weapon number 4, Second Attempt by Hjonmir Falsen.
to My Diary Volume 2. That means there must be a 3 or a 1 somewhere. Interesting. Alright, okay. That's about it.
Yep.
For the moment.
The desk, looking over, it seems that the desk, especially the knee hole, served as the strange spider nest. The vines that hold the desk drawers in place are coated with what looks to be very sticky sap. So, Nate, as you go to undo the desks, make a con saving throw, please.
Con saving throw, save
Yeah.
left.
After that, let's go check out the bar or something.
Oh, I didn't mean to. It would have been the first one, the 20 plus 2. I'm still at disadvantage.
That's enough. You're able to resist the effects of the venom of these creatures. You find what seems to be a very excellent quill and ink set, approximately worth around 200 gold. The pen's nib is plated in gold, and the colorful feather is from what seems to be a coatl tail.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's all that's in there. All the rest of them seem to be
Alright.
empty.
All right.
There's also the wet bar.
The what?
Jared,
The bar.
Oh, yeah,
since,
the bar.
Since me and Nate looked through something, you did help
Well-
me, but I just grabbed the books. If you want to go check out the bar, see if there's anything good there.
Nah, I was gonna say Sir Viz and Jared would go check that out.
I didn't mean to take all the books, but I assume you weren't really gonna read.
Yeah.
That's-
Other than that, there's just the two chairs, the bookcase, and the bar. The bookcases.
Where's
in the
the
bar.
bar?
Roll
The bar is over here.
by the table and shit.
So looking at the wet bar, many of the vintages were moved, seemingly whenever the place was abandoned. But there are dozens of pieces of glassware, service trays, and there are in fact 3 intact bottles.
Of what?
What?
Looking them over, one of them seems to have spoiled long ago due to a poorly placed cork. There's a second bottle called Khan's Finest. It is a dry sherry. The third bottle is from the Totem Elf Vineyards.
It's wine?
Yes.
Jared, hear me out. That's wine that aged for 100 years. That bitch is ripe.
The bitch probably tastes like fucking hella good.
Yeah, I'm picking it up.
You can pick
What was it called again? I am, but what were the names? I wanted to get them in chat. I was trying to type them in. Totem.
One is Khan's Finest, and the other one is
Khan's Finest?
Khan's Finest, and one is the Totem Elf Vineyards. If you want, you can make an investigate or a history check actually to see if you know how expensive they would be.
The second one was Totem. Totem?
the
Totem
second
Elf
one.
Vineyards.
Oh yeah, Totem Elf.
Tone. A mouth.
You can just copy and
Vineyard.
paste.
We put it in chat already? Oh, he did. Okay. That's what I was getting confused with. Alright.
Make sure you do the touchy.
Yeah, let me touchy and
Just remind you,
doing.
dog, if
What
you
am I
don't-
doing?
You're doing a history check to see how much the alcohol is.
Is the
with you.
our boy there, the little dragon thing,
Yeah, this is there with you.
Oh yeah.
Viz is here with me, so I can do advantage, right? Or would he? Not
He
know
would
about-
know nothing about wine.
True.
So this is just a straight roll for you, bud.
Okay, that's fine. History. Where's history? I'm blind.
It's in skills.
13. 15.
15.
And that's enough to know that Khan's Finest, is probably pretty good, but it's not particularly expensive. You can probably get maybe a gold for it.
For 100 years old, only 1 gold? What the hell?
Well, the wine.
It's
though,
it's
wait, let's
pretty
do-
common. You've probably already had this, in fact.
Oh.
Huh.
However, the Totem Elf Vineyards, strangely, you know this brand.
Alcoholic in his past life.
I was.
You've heard of this place. This is a brand of fine wine that was destroyed fairly recently, actually, by something that you know of.
No, you're telling me the occulty destroyed the vineyards?
Oh,
Those
see.
bastards! And like a tear starts falling down his eye. they took out the vineyards. When would the rampage end? I'm glad you like did a little thank you for Jared.
Yeah. Other than those, also you would know that that is probably worth around 450 gold.
God damn! Almost like
Um,
they keep it as a trophy, man. The longer you wait, the more it'll fucking increase in price, man.
I'm gonna put the note on it as fuck the occulty.
So, with that, the room has been thoroughly explored.
Ayo.
All that's left are the two chairs within the room, and you know where the doors lead.
Do you guys want to go investigate this area over here? Do you guys want to go to the cellar, or do you want to go upstairs? The cellar. Okay, I will say before anything, the cellar is probably flooded because there was a drowner that was coughing up literal water the entire time. So we can go there last because I assume there's probably more down there. Or do you guys want to go exploring, or do you want to attempt to fight something, or assume that we're gonna fight something? I personally think we should explore, but we can do whatever. Jared's just going along for the ride.
I'm
down-
really
down for-
just. I'm just here to listen now. Like honestly, I'm just completely out of it. I'm out of it. That's just how it is, boys. I'm sorry.
I will say once you decide what you're going to do, I'm probably going to end it here, just because it is a little late and we are missing a lot, and you know
But
there's some cool things.
what are
this-
your opinion, Jake? What do you think?
I think the cellar should be last. There's probably a lot of enemies down there.
Yeah, not only the cellar, but the second floor. I feel like we can have a decent amount. So I think we should finish clearing out this floor to include fighting these vine creatures in here before we go down.
Alright, I guess.
Do you want to fight them?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna clear out this whole fucking place, might as well. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say of the rooms you have not explored, 12, 2. There's whatever room this is, and then there's a extra hallway that seems to extend here, up down to here, and there.
I was gonna say I'd probably say let's do this room next. Fuck it, but we can end it there.
Okay. So as you decide to explore whatever room comes before you, we will end the session there.